do you then like want people to love you the way that all the hoe girls love you? Because they
Not
come
the
at you.
hoe girls. Ooh.
Welcome to the Singles Mansion, first edition, first season.
Whoa!
But I think that's gonna stick with them.
That's crazy.
Just because you're talking loud,
I
don't
want
make
to know,
it.
is it nothing or is it something?
Look, can I-
One of the things I learned last year in 2020 is about tax planning. Not just, getting with a CPA to file your taxes or getting with a tax pro who can file your taxes. No, this is about actually preparing for taxes. If you have a small business, you need to get with the CPA, okay, that can honestly sit down and tell you, here's the strategy of how you can win legally and ethically with your taxes. So number 6 is get with a tax pro to file your taxes legally, professionally, and ethically, all right? Now, I get this question asked ever since I did the show with my CPAs last year. Well, Anthony, who needs a CPA? All right, here it is. Self-employed people, or if you own a business, okay? If the IRA contacts you and says, hey, we got some issues with your filings, you need to hire a CPA, okay? If you own a rental property, you need to holler at a CPA and get the proper education. Let's say you have a 529 or an ESA for your kids. You need to get with the CPA, okay? Tips to find a tax pro, all right? Here's the very first thing I really want you to understand. Here's some tips when it comes to finding a qualified tax pro, okay? One needs to be a licensed CPA, not just anyone. Not just someone who's on YouTube talking about, hey, man, here's things you need to do for your taxes. No, get with a licensed CPA. And then 2 is someone who specifies in your situation. That's small business, freelance, real estate, bankruptcy, etc. So you could be a small business owner, but you know what? If you are into real estate, you need to get with a CPA that specializes in real estate. If you are a freelancer, let's say you do like graphic work or like my video guy here, he needs to get with a CPA that specializes in freelancer. Let's say you're an influencer and you're doing a lot of different things. You need to find a CPA that specializes in that work. I was at an accounting summit last year, and I didn't realize there's so many different CPAs. Like there's a trucker CPA. Like she only works with people who drives trucks. And she becomes not just their CPA, but their CFO. So she handles all their money. She makes sure that their books are in line, makes sure their books are in order. Boom. Listen, this is great stuff, okay? This is great stuff. Now, let's just say you just have a normal job, right? Let's say you just have a 9-to-5 job, W-2 income, and you have a couple of real estate. You don't really need to hire a CPA. Honestly, you can use a company like Smart Tax, and I'll make sure to drop that information below to file your taxes because you don't really have that much, you don't have that many forms to fill out when it comes to the IRS, and you don't have a lot of information that you really need to complete. And so you can go over to Smart Tax, spend anywhere from $20 to like $50, no hidden fees. They'll file your taxes legally, ethically, and professionally, and you're in and out. But if you're like myself, or you own a small business, no, you need a CPA. And for you small business owners, man, listen, you need a CPA not just to file your taxes, but you need a CPA today. So throughout this entire year, you all are strategizing on how to properly really structure your business when it comes to how are you spending, your bookkeeping, what are you spending things on, what can you legally and ethically write off. Anytime I spend money with a company outside of my normal stuff, I'm texting my CPA like, hey, can I write this off legally and ethically? She'd be like, hey, legally, no. I'm like, okay, cool, great, thank you. So now everything for me when it comes to as I'm learning and growing in this new season that I'm in is I'm surrounding myself with professional people who can help me. I just hired a bookkeeper to help me manage my books, to show me how to do this thing correctly. Because most self-employed people do not have proper books. Most freelancers do not have proper books. Most people, I remember when I resigned from Ramsey and the bookkeeper there, she sat down with me and she said, hey, Anthony, you need to make sure that you get your books straight. She looked at me dead in my eyes and said, Anthony, we want to see you win. And you need to get this straight. You need bookkeeping right now. I don't care how much money you're making right now. You need to get the books situated. All right. So listen, get with the Tax Pro. W-2, check out Smart Tax. If you are self-employed, make sure that you get a licensed and qualified and professional CPA. Here's the last thing, and this one is dear to my heart. I really want you to lean in on this one. I really want you to lean in on this one. Number 7, education. Number 7, mind your business. For the year 2022, I want you to mind your business. We cannot forget this year that our number one asset is our mind, and our mind is our number one business. This up here will make us wealthy. This up here can make us broke. This up here can bring drama. This up here can bring peace. For the year of 2022, we're going to maximize this business of ours. How do we maximize this business? By reading educational things. How do we maximize this business? It's by listening to podcasts. How do we maximize this business? It's by taking courses that grows us and that stretches us way beyond where we are today. One of the things I'm going to be doing this year is every single month, I am going to be giving you a book recommendation that you need to be reading for that month, for the next 30 days. I'm going to make sure that you know how to read at least a certain amount of pages a month. So that way, not a month, a week. So that way you can finish the book by the end of the month. I'm partnering with the company that's going to help you understand the whole purpose of the book before you even start reading the book. I'm going to set you up to win. And then also, I'm launching my course. This course is going to help you build this. It's going to help you, especially if you're single. I want you to tell all your single friends to keep an eye out. Because if you're single, I'm going to help you maximize your single season. How do we grow our mind? How do we write down the vision? How do we build our core? How do we step outside of our comfort zone? There's so many things that I want to spend time with you to help you maximize this season. So when you do get married, you can really walk into that marriage as a better individual. When I get married, I can walk into this season better. Why? Because I was reading. Why? Because I took advantages of all the opportunities around me. So we're going to read at least one book a month. And inside this book, it's going to be something about money. The next book, it may just be all about personal development and not about money. It may be about relationships, because one thing I've learned when it comes to me is I've learned how to maximize certain relationships. I'm still single, and preferably I'll find my wife this year. Y'all pray for your boy. But I've learned that we have to build our network. You understand what I'm saying? We have to build our network. Who's talking into our lives? Who's depositing wisdom and knowledge into us? Who are we doing life with? Who are we dating? Who are our friends? Who's in our close circle? Who are we moving forward with? And then check this out. Who are we actually depositing into? And then last, I'm a Christian man. We're going to read some books this year about how do we grow spiritually? How do we get closer to God? The closer we get to Him, the stronger we'll be. Some of us say, I don't hear from God. I think it's because we're not reading His word. For the most part, God is always talking. But are we in position to listen? And some of us are not in position to listen. 2022 is our year of maximizing. Maximize this year. I want to leave you with this scripture. Psalms chapter 23, verses 1. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack absolutely nothing. Psalms chapter 23, verse 1 says, the Lord is my shepherd. I lack absolutely nothing. Here's today's affirmation. Here is this year's affirmation. I want you to repeat this after me. If you're watching this live on YouTube, I want you to go ahead and type this in the chat. Type it in the comments below. If you're listening to this while you're driving on podcasts, I want you to repeat this loud. I want you to repeat this strong. Repeat this affirmation after me. Let's say it 3 times, all right? Here's the affirmation. I choose faith over fear. For the year of 22, I choose faith over fear. Let's say it again. I choose faith over fear. Let's say it differently. I'm going to operate in faith this year, not in fear this year. Because this year, we're maximizing. This year, I'm maximizing. This year, I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that comes my way. This year, I'm getting rid of all these knuckleheads, these no-names, these people who are robbing from me, who are stealing joy from me. I'm getting rid of them, and I'm going to maximize all the relationships that God has put before me that will help me get closer to my vision. This year, I'm operating in faith, not fear. Because this year is about maximizing this season. Listen, you guys, I love y'all. It's 2022, baby. I'm excited. I'm in a new season of my life. Man, the last 6-7 months have been, it's been an interesting one. It's been hard. I've had some long nights. I've had some emotional nights. But I'm believing that 2022 is going to be a great year. It's going to be a new year. I'm in a new city. I'm in a new season of my life. You are in a new season. But I believe that together, we're going to maximize. This year, I'm really, really focusing on helping singles maximize their single season and helping millennials and minorities and all people get out of debt and build true wealth.